What's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my monthly review for this month's issue. That would be January 2015 of the Walking Dead comic book series. This one is called Found. It's issue 136. Alright, and as always, my reviews do contain spoilers. If you guys haven't read 136 yet, you may want to read it before you watch this review. So another great issue of The Walking Dead. This one was all development, basically. We didn't have any action or anything of the sort because we were dealing with the current storyline with what's happening with at the hilltop with Carl, being basically put in prison. Now in this issue he's released, but then he ends up actually coming back there to give Lydia, who is one of the whisperers that was captured, who Carl seems to relate to very well for some reason. He gives her his hat, which is cool. And before he does it, and there's a great splash page of at the end of the issue with her wearing it. The sheriff, obviously the Rick, season 1 sheriff's cap. This guy, right? Except it's missing. It's missing a part because, of course, it was shot out. But it's funny when he describes why he still has it, because he views it as like a good luck charm. Says he doesn't believe in magic or anything, but that as long as he's had it, as long as he's worn it, he's survived. So he gives it to her, maybe saying that it might help her in the same way. And she says thank you. So it's an interesting development between the two of them. Kind of one of the discussion topics after last month's issue was people talking about whether or not Carl's going to join the Whisperers. And, it looks like that we're seeing the beginning of that. Also, in addition to that, you have basically this new development that the boys who had attacked Carl and Sophia, which Carl beat them to a pulp, almost killed them. They're going to survive, of course, and their parents, it looks like, at first it seemed like they weren't going to go along with Gregory's plan, Gregory from the Hilltop, who was the previous leader of the Hilltop before Maggie has, taken over, since he wasn't a very strong leader and wasn't, taking them in the right direction. So his plan or his idea is that they kill Maggie, and this family that is the parents of the boys, it seems like, are in with the plan. So I'm thinking that could possibly lead to Carl also kind of if they succeed, which I don't know. I tend to think Maggie's probably safe, at least for now. But if they succeed, then, Carl's definitely not going to want to stay at the hilltop. He's going to want to get revenge on them, I would say, and the boys as well, too. So will Sophia. So it is another interesting development there with them and what's going to happen with that. Are they going to try? Are they going to make an attempt to kill Maggie? What's going to happen? And he wants Carl dead as well, too, for what he did to his sons, protective over his kids, which totally makes sense. Most parents, I think, would react that way. You got to protect your kids, even if they're screw ups, regardless, right? So really interesting developments with that, and just kind of getting to see what's going to happen with Carl and Lydia is probably the most interesting part, I'd say, right now of the series, and where Carl's evolution is going to be. Next month's issue, 137. I've done a video on that one because it's an amazing cover. It's like a close up of Carl. So is he going to let Lydia out of her cell? Is he going to let her go? It looks right now like that's probably what's going to happen. In addition to that, Rick arrives back at the Alexandria Safe Zone, sees Andrea again, very happy to be home. Magna and Andrea getting along just fine, which is, it's different from what we at one time expected, or at least what I expected. And then, of course, we have the Whisperers that have actually found the hilltop now. So we know that they know that's where Lydia is, and the leader is coming. We've seen the cover with probably who is the leader with the snake belt, the snake-shaped belt, New Beginning, or whatever that symbol means. The kind of like that up and back and forth, the two loops going into each other. So they say that the leader is coming, and Lydia is strong, so she'll last, she'll survive, and they're going to wait, and then they're going to try to rescue her. And it's interesting with them, you can't really tell, which ones, like, unless you see them up close, you can't tell which ones of the Whisperers are actually zombies, and which ones are actual people inside the suits. So cool stuff with that. I think that's pretty much all I got to say for that stuff. There's also the scene with Paul, and he's making out with this other doctor guy, which was weird. It just always is weird to see. I don't know. You know, you guys understand. It's always weird to see stuff like that, but it's there. And I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that happened in the issue. So more exciting stuff coming from The Walking Dead, obviously. We're going to see what will happen next. Is Carl going to help Lydia escape? Is she going to get out? I tend to think she's going to. You know, I tend to think that she's going to be a good character, a new setup type character. And it's also interesting to me that Carl goes back to visit her. He doesn't go back to visit Sophia, even though Sophia is, you know, in critical condition, basically, or is just waking up. He goes back to see this Lydia girl from the Whisperers. Maybe he relates more to her than he relates to his own group. He's certainly starting to open up to her as she's kind of playing possum there, saying that, you know, like she needs help, this kind of thing, and she's scared and all this stuff, and it's working. So another great issue. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. And yeah, I could do some predictions probably on what I think is going to happen. But after this issue, I'm pretty much convinced that, yeah, I think Carl is going to help her escape. And I do think Carl is going to, you know, become a bad guy, basically. You know, pretty much. I mean, he's got the missing eye, which is kind of resembles the governor, you know, the governor's situation with his, you know, with his missing eye and everything. And it seems to me, after everything Carl has seen, he relates better to groups that are surviving out there in the world, because that's what he grew up with, basically, versus groups that are hiding, or, you know, not really hiding, but have a standard spot where they're living and they're not moving around. Like as Lydia says, you have to eventually. You're going to get, you know, the zombies are going to come through, and you're going to have to move. So very interesting stuff. Can't wait for next month's issue. As always, let me know what you guys thought about this one. Probably favorite page is when she's wearing the sheriff's hat. I thought that was pretty damn cool, man. Very cool, because he's never really done much with the sheriff's hat. It's always been there, but I never really knew that Carl looked at it, why he wore it, that he looked at it as you know, some kind of you know, lucky charm, so to speak, or good luck type of thing. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So let me know what you guys thought about this month's issue, and of course, review for next month's issue will be posted the day it's released, pretty much, or the next day. And yeah, just let me know what you guys have been thinking about the Walking Dead comic book series. Awesome as always. And if you like the video, you guys know what to do. Please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it. Please favorite it. And that's it for this one, guys. See you probably tomorrow for another one. I'll see what I got for you guys for tomorrow, or later on this week. Probably do another Q&A soon. Anyway, so for this one, guys. See you for the next one. As always, it's Trev. Same.